Hello, everybody. Welcome to LTL Monday Night Live. I'm not going to share on Facebook tonight only because every time I share on Facebook, it seems to get rid of my screen. It blackens it out so I can't even see you guys. But yeah, I'm going to wait here for a minute so I'm not talking to myself because it looks like nobody else is on just yet except Gemmers. Gemmers is always ready. Big baby dog. But I hope you guys all had a great week. It's been a pretty good week for me. I've been keeping my butt busy, that's for sure. Hey Emmett, how you doing tonight, buddy? Hope you're having a good season. Now tonight I'm generally going to be talking about starting a trap line here coming up this week because I know that gets me a lot of views. Hey there, Rick. How you doing, brother? Good seeing you today. Hey, Fisherman92. How you doing? Yeah, so this past week I've been doing if you watch, see I got a buck and I've been doing a lot of metal detecting as well. Hey there, Neil. How you doing tonight, buddy? Of course, Gemma's got to come here. You got some news? What's that, Emmett? You want to come up and say hi? Want to come say hi, baby girl? Hey, Mitt Man, how you doing? Hey there, sis. Hey, Mitch, how's it going, dude? I have been actually. Hey, Richard, you coming up or what? You being a brat? Last night I went out and I seen a whole lot of chasing, but nothing. I didn't get any shooters, so I've got some cool video though of the footage. I've got cool footage of the deer chasing and stuff. I had a spike come in last night and not sure what website you're talking about. I have an Etsy store that I started, and that's what I'm starting to work on now. So, but yeah, for those of you, I was going to mention that too, guys. I do have an Etsy store I've been building up. It's under LT Outdoors Store. So I don't know how many of you are Etsy shoppers, but if you check that out on Etsy, you'll see that I have a whole bunch of items. It's jewelry right now. It's not fishing related stuff just yet, but I will be transferring over all my fishing stuff from the website. I'm going to cancel that so I can save some money, and I'll put it on Etsy. So pretty soon that's going to be my shop. No, they're not locked down yet. That, to me, I don't normally see that until this coming week. But yeah, I hate it. That's for sure. Oh, okay, Emmett. Well, thank you. Yeah, my friend talked me into, well, last weekend, when I was on here, she talked me into building an Etsy store. And like I said, right now it's all jewelry. Recently, I had a lady that wanted to donate, her name was Dee, and she wanted to donate all her mom, who passed away a couple years ago, all of her old jewelry, costume jewelry and stuff. So she gave me this whole box and told me I could list it if I wanted. So I've been going through and listing everything. So if you guys go to Etsy, if you're looking for a gift for your wife, significant other, or there's even some guy stuff in there, check out the LT Outdoors store on Etsy, and you'll see I've got I've got over 150 listings right now. Before I go to bed tonight, I'm gonna try and have 200 or better on there. So, how you doing tonight, Benny? Thank you, man. Yeah, that was a bummer though. I've never had, I love those blades, and I've never had one do that to me. But yeah, it was kind of strange. It went in through the ribs, and somehow I don't know if it ricocheted off the shoulder bone or what, but it ended up blowing out the backside. And when I first walked up on it in the video, that was why you could see on that back hip where there was some fat and stuff blown out. It was really, really strange. How you doing tonight, Don? Hey there, Ray. They're locked in. I'm surprised, man. I mean, there's so much chasing going around and stuff up here. They really shouldn't be locking down right now. But good thing though, coming up is with rifle season opening, then we're gonna have all that loud chaos that moves them around, regardless of whether or not they're locked up. But thank you, fisherman. Her name's Gemma. She's a big baby. But I did tonight. I brought some of my favorite digs of the week up here that I want to show you guys too, as far as metal detecting. Hey there, Dean. How you doing? And like I said, if you watched, hey Grace, how you doing this evening? If you guys watch my videos this week, you'll see I've been digging quite a bit. I like digging because even if the wind's out of the wrong direction, I can run out and dig, or I can even dig in the mornings and head out to the stand in the afternoon. So, hey there, John. Oh, that's okay. Thank you for hopping on. And yeah, if you guys haven't already, please hit the thumbs up button. It does help the channel as goofy as it seems. But like I said, guys, if you or your significant other are into costume jewelry, especially vintage stuff, the everything I've been listing lately has been from like the 50s and 60s. There's even some as early as the 20s. Um, so yeah, if you guys hop on my Etsy shop, you'll see, and I've been listing this stuff. There's over 150 listings right now on there, but lots of earrings, a lot of real pretty earrings in there. Um, a lot of brooches. It's mostly brooches and earrings. There are a few necklaces. Here are some like shoe clips for prom dresses or whatever else. But yeah, there's a whole lot of earrings and stuff. So it was really nice of that lady to donate all this to me, and I've been having fun listing it. Honestly, I love doing stuff like this because it's especially vintage. I can learn a lot about it. So yeah, there's a lot of cool things though. Check it out. Like I said, it's the LT Outdoors store on Etsy, and pretty soon I will be swapping all of my fishing stuff over. It's definitely a lot cheaper than the crap I'm having to do on Wix. So yeah, yeah, you could send it over, Emmett. Just email it to me and I'll check it out. What system did you use to build it? Was it a free website build? Yeah, I've been paying way too much lately for my Wix account, guys, and with the lack of sales, I mean, I've been getting like one sale a month if I'm lucky, and that don't even pay the bill for the website. So, good evening, Scott. How you doing today? Hope you're having a good weekend. I had a lot of fun this week, between deer hunting. I deer hunted a lot. I only shot the one deer, but I've been going out quite a bit, and I do have more pictures of that big buck that I missed to begin with. I believe it's a 10 point, especially after looking the pictures over. And if you missed it already, I don't know how many of you on here enjoy trapping videos, but I am going to start trying to do that a little more, probably starting next week, because people. I know a lot of people like to watch those videos just because it's something different. So I'll probably start doing that. The prices suck for the most part, except skunks. So, but I'll do it for views anyway. Hey Bill, how you doing tonight? Google websites. Well, my Yahoo is ltoutdoors15 at yahoo.com. Hey Barbara, how you doing? Good evening. Like I said, I've got, I just started an Etsy store. I want to say, and she's got a lot of classic stuff into the 50s pin. Cool. Very cool, John. Yeah, there's, the stuff that's in here, it's truly spectacular. What I love about vintage items, and this is why I like to dig old stuff, is because they put way more work into them back in the day. I mean, like the patina and everything, and just I mean, look at this is probably one of my favorite. It's a fish brooch, but just all the work that they put into this stuff. A lot of it. I mean, there's Avon in here. There's Coke. Was it Coco? I don't know. I've been trying to learn them all, but yeah, if you go on the website, you'll see I've got. I mean, just tons. I've been adding. There's over 150 items on the Etsy shop right now, and all this stuff would be excellent for Christmas gifts and things like that. So, hey there, Kevin. Oh, there you go. Heck yeah, buddy. Nice. Yeah, it's funny. I ate beaver tonight for dinner, man, and I for every year I forget just how much I love it. It's better than venison, that's for sure. And that's you guys, if you follow the videos, you'll see I got a big beaver the other day, but I got another big beaver yesterday. So the one I caught yesterday was only a pound less than the one from the day before. So But this coming week, I am going to be trying to run probably a boat line. I was going to try something new by running like a kayak line, but the only problem with that is if I get into some beaver stuff, it's going to be really hard to haul beavers and muskrats in the kayak. So if I was only kayak muskratting, I could probably do it. But hey, John, how you doing, buddy? All right, thank you, Emmett. Appreciate it. But yes, I'm this week coming up, I'm going to try to start running more of a trap line. Oh, I couldn't agree more. Everything vintage is way better. Yep. In fact, that'll lead me on to this. I was telling you guys I was going to show you some of the stuff that I found this week when I was metal detecting. This spoon right here, I absolutely love digging old silverware. This is from the 1800s. I don't know how well you can see it, but there is so many things going on this spoon. They almost look like fireworks and things like that. It's absolutely stunning. It's really hard to see on the screen, I'm sure, but it's amazing how much work they put into it. And this was, I think, 1890s was how old this one was. Digging silverware is one of my favorite things to do, and especially when I can find them with the age like this, it's pretty amazing. But it's very cool. They are a little bit, Kevin. Skunk is like sky high right now, but the regular stuff, even mink's a little higher than last year. It's about $10 instead of like 7. So things are going up a little bit. I don't know about muskrats. They're probably going to be about the same, but isn't that cool? I mean, it's yeah, the stuff. I mean, as far as selling it, I mean, it's probably only worth like $10 or something if I sold it because I'm sure it's silver plated and most of that is gone right now, but it sure is still a really cool find. 1918. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, the eight dude, I have so many 1800s silverwares like and it's mostly this, I believe it was Rogers. I think Rogers was the company that I mostly dig the 1800 stuff with, but yeah, I absolutely love finding that stuff. I know. I'm surprised it ain't pure either, but it definitely isn't with the color it's got right now. I mean, Rogers was known for, I think it was WM Rogers or something, was known for silver plated stuff, but yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, it's beautiful. It's definitely, I have dug a lot of different silverwares in my day, but this is the prettiest one that I've ever seen. I mean, it's just got so much going on all the way down it. When I pulled this out of the ground, I was so freaking excited. In fact, I think this was in the video you guys watched, if I remember right. And then obviously, I get excited when I dig Tootsie toys. This was the very first Tootsie that I've ever dug that actually was plated on the bottom. Normally a Tootsie is hollowed out, but yeah, that's a gorgeous Tootsie. I was really excited. Every time I can dig a Tootsie that's not one that I already have, I get super pumped because I like adding them to the collection. Hey, Dusty. I know. I don't like the snow. Not this early. Not this early on. Oh, geez. The same guy, huh? I'm surprised, man. Well, I can't say I'm surprised, but guarantees from downstate. Just saying. Hey, Max, how you doing, brother? I hope you've been able to get out fishing. I'm just sitting here showing some of my stuff. Um, Now, Max, I don't know if your wife likes jewelry or anything, but I was talking about it earlier. I just opened up an Etsy shop. I've been listing a lot of like super old vintage stuff. Most of it's from the 50s and 60s, and there's stuff as early as the 20s in there. But I wanted to tell you because you're from Japan, I have a lot of really old Japanese. There's a lot of real old Japanese jewelry in there that's just gorgeous. Like I'm learning so much. That's part of why I like metal detecting because every time I dig something and I want to learn about it, I research and I learn. Just like the old silverware stuff, I learn all that. But listing all this jewelry is teaching me about all the different companies and stuff that were around back in the day, and it's pretty amazing. Plus, I'm coming to learn that like back in the early days in Japan, I didn't realize they were big into beads. They like to make jewelry out of beads, clusters, and a lot of the old, that's probably one of the Japan ones right there, but it's pretty amazing how they did all the clusters and stuff back then. But yes, there is a lot of Japanese stuff in here. Most of it's either Japanese or there's some Avon or Coco, I think was the other company. And like I said, though, if you go to my Sarah, Sarah Cove, I think was the other one. But if you go to my website on Etsy, you'll see all the cool stuff I've got on there. But no, I must have missed it, John. Sorry about that. What was the question? Hey, Leonard, how you doing, buddy? But yeah, I guess in Japan it was like a big thing to do the like bundles of beads, and they look beautiful because they're not just plastic beads. They add a whole bunch of other things. In fact, these are Japanese. They're chandelier earrings. They're really beautiful. I just listed these tonight, but I use a GoPro Hero 12 and a GoPro Hero 9. But yeah, these right here are Japanese. I mean, it's just like I said, the stuff, just all the work that they put into things back in the day are pretty amazing. But yes, I use the GoPro Hero 12 and the GoPro Hero 9 are my main two cameras. Hope you're having a good night, Leroy. I did dig this too this week, which I really think is amazing. To me, I'm pretty sure it's Native American. Somebody told me it looks like copper. Somebody said it was a copper. I don't remember how they said it was named, but I'm pretty sure that's a Native American earring that I dug right there. So I think that's really cool. Hey, that's good to hear. I'm glad they came, man. I'm glad. Oh yeah, it was a subdivision, but what happened was when the Air Force Base closed down, because it used to be an actual Air Force base. Nowadays they just work on planes out there. But back when it was a base, all the base people and their families lived in there on these different things. So what they did was, at one point, I think it was in the 90s, I believe, is when they moved them. But they started moving these houses because they were all just modulars anyway. So they started like selling them and moving them around, all through the state. There's a few up here by me, but that's what they did though. They just cleared off like, I don't know, 4 blocks. I think there's, well, 4 or 5, maybe 6 blocks. But yeah, and the reason not very many people want to dig through there is because there is still a lot of junk from the houses, a lot of aluminum siding. You see, I dig a lot of plumbing stuff, old stoves. I mean, there's a lot of busted up stuff out there, and it makes it really hard to dig because I got to sit there and you're welcome, Leroy. I mean, if you guys, I have to cut the videos down a lot, but if you guys were to sit there and actually watch me do it, it's beeping all the time. I have to really pick and sort through all the beeps because it's just insane. And most of it is scrap metal. There is so much scrap metal out there, but that's what happens when they move houses and things. I did dig my favorite Air Force button the other day, though. Normally, when I dig them, they're brass. This is silver. This is the very first sterling silver button that I have ever dug for military, and it's one of the ones that screw in on the. I believe it screws in on the shoulder or something, but absolutely beautiful. My phone, I got a crack on my phone screen, so I can't even get a good visual on this for you guys. But it almost looks like Yoda in there. But um, yeah, it's very cool, John. Absolutely. Let's see. Oh, I don't know why. Rick, it tried to hide when you said it's nuts too. Tried to hide it on you. That doesn't make any sense. But yeah, it is. It's super crazy out there with all the stuff. But that's why I like it, though. People don't want to take the time to sort through all that junk. So I have literally been digging that my whole life. Like I've been digging that for so many years, and I love it because it always puts out. There's always something else there for me, and I knew you meant that, Rick, but I don't know why YouTube was trying to hold it for review. It didn't want to, probably because you said nuts. They didn't want to put nuts out there for some reason. That's crazy. But yeah, it's definitely awesome out there with how much different metals are around. And I'm really wanting to get down to Bay City to do it for sure. I mean, there's a lot more. The cities, wherever there's been more of a population of people through the years, there's obviously a lot more stuff. But oh man, that'll be fun. There you go, Max. Good luck to you. I'm sure it's going to be super comfy warm down there. That's probably going to be real nice. And I have been busy, guys, as far as the Euro mounts go. I'm trying to hit 100, and right now I am at 38. So that's really good because last year I didn't have half of this by opener of rifles. So it kind of is, John, but I'm always walking a different part of the stretch. Like I never walk the same exact place twice. I try to walk, like I'll remember which strip I walk, and like in this recent video, I walked the strip that was near the sidewalk. Next time, I will actually walk a couple, like basically two swing sides away. I'll just try to remember and try to move myself down some, but there is so much, so much. I know there's still a lot of good things to find. Thanks, John. Yeah, it's been fun. I mean, the worst part though right now is I don't think if somebody dropped one tomorrow, I don't think I could put it in the freezer. I don't. I don't know if I should just, if I start getting more piling in, if I should pull the frozen ones out already and put them outside somewhere where they can hopefully stay frozen still. I don't know. It's getting tough. I definitely wish I had a third freezer at this point. So, yeah, yeah, absolutely. But that's why too, like the week before that, I dug that other button. I mean, that's why I dig the military buttons out there is because it was an air base. And interesting fact right here. I don't know how many of you guys know much about like military facts or anything, but the Tuskegee Airmen, which was an all African American Air Force group, they were actually stationed on that base. So there's a lot of history there as far as that goes. And every time I dig some of these military pieces, I just like to think in the back of my mind that maybe it was a Tuskegee Airman. I just think that's really cool. So yeah, I do a lot of work out there with that kind of stuff. I sure am, Max. Yep, I have been for many many years. You knew that, John? Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, a lot of people, even the people that live out there, most of the people don't know that. I also dug this pretty button here. If I can get it to zoom in, I don't know if it will or not, but it has all kinds of stuff going on. It's just an old brass button, but it has a lot of neat little things on it. Like I said, my phone screen's cracked, so I couldn't get it to zoom in if I wanted to, guys. I have a new phone that a friend of mine gave me recently, but I have to be able to pay for the SIM card through Straight Talk to get it going. So, yeah, see, I didn't, John, I learned this stuff as basically as I dig. I have learned so much more through metal detecting than I ever did in school, ever. So, it's pretty amazing, but yes, I learned that just from digging out there about the Tuskegee thing. It's pretty amazing. Well, honestly, Kevin, yeah, the perch have eggs in them in the summer. I mean, as soon as any fish spawns, their eggs automatically start growing back in again. I mean, yeah, the perch eggs will be in them right away through the summer even. Hey there, Steve. Yeah, that's probably where I'm digging at. I don't know the names of the there or anything, but it's definitely the blocks where they tore the houses out. So that's where I like to dig. And just like fishing, I end up kind of ruining it, even for myself, because people see that I'm digging there and learn that. And there has been other people digging there recently, which never was a thing before, but I've been finding a lot of other people's holes lately. Oh, no kidding, John. I'll have to look that up. That's interesting. I knew that it was you'd have to be pretty old from that, but hey, Steve. Oh, that's cool, man. Yeah, I'll tell you though, digging it's very addicting. It really is. And digging one neat item, like I mean that Native American piece, for instance. All you pull something like this out of the ground, the excitement that builds up in you just from pulling that out of the ground, I swear to God, it's just as much as a shooting a nice buck or catching a big fish. I mean, I love digging. I really do. I don't get the views on here that I do for everything else, but I can't let it stop me because digging is one of my favorite things in the world. Hey Brian, how you doing, buddy? Hey, thank you very much, Steve. I should mention that too for those of you that want to get the Kaboom lures. They are on sale right now. I believe it's $3.99 through USA Fish USA. Hey Dre, how you doing, buddy? Hope you're having a good week. I am going to be starting some different stuff up this week, guys. If you missed out earlier, I will be starting to run a trap line. I've already kind of got one going on. I'm just doing a nuisance job in my Cato. I caught my second beaver yesterday. I should have brought the other one. It's hanging up over there. I should have had it behind me so you guys could see how it was all put up and everything. But thank you, Steve. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Yeah, and they get most digging channels that specifically dig, they get a ton of views, but they're pulling in just that one group. And I know I have met a lot of diggers personally, and I know a lot of the diggers that I've met aren't, I mean, I've met some that are against hunting and stuff like that. So honestly, I probably am missing out on a lot because of that, but it's okay. I mean, my channel is pretty much the most mixed up channel that you can find as far as outdoor stuff goes, and I like keeping it that way. You need the wind blowing for once? Man, it's blowing like crazy here. Thank you, Max. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, that one was over 48 pounds, and the second one I got was 47. And I should have done a video on it. I hurried up and cooked tonight before I got on live, but I cooked up the beaver. Oh, quit blowing. Gotcha. I didn't see that in there, but yes, I wish the wind would quit blowing here too. But that's how it goes in the fall, man. Just like the rain. Most of the summer will be dry, and it seems like right up till trapping season, right when I could start putting traps in the ground, is when it starts raining the most every single time. Drives me crazy. But yeah, the wind is terrible. It's supposed to be windy most of the week. I think the only day that's supposed to be calm this week is Friday. But yeah. Hey Dre, how's it going? But yeah, I'll be starting this week. I'll be starting a trap line. I think I'm gonna focus on muskrats and mink, even though I mean even mink is up a little bit, but I don't think it's gonna be. I won't get very much for most of the stuff. I'm just gonna do it so I can get some of that content out there for you guys. But it's been snowing here all day, Max. Definitely crazy windy. Yeah, I mean my blind the other day I went out there and it was all buckled up. Hey there, Nick. I know. I'm hoping, honestly, as much. I, I like to have my open water for trapping, but I would really like to start seeing the ice start again in December. I hate that it's every year it seems like we don't start getting it until the first week of January up here. And back when I was a kid, we always had fishable ice in December, so I'm hoping it comes back. But how you doing tonight, Pat? You were out there, Dre? Oh my God, I'm sure it wasn't fun, man. I'll tell you though, I did. I mean, I seen a lot of deer moving tonight. I mean, that's the thing too, though, guys. Whenever it's always this way. If it snows at all, the deer come out in crazy numbers because they start getting frantic. They figure, oh crap, our food's gonna get covered. They don't know that it's gonna run off that fast, so they start working harder to get food. I know tonight would have been a good night to be out. I didn't go, but last night I was out. I'll have a video for you guys coming soon where the bucks were chasing does and stuff last night. So it's when the big boys come out. Yeah, they should be pretty active, man. I mean, there was yesterday I didn't see any big ones. I got a video of a doe came out in the field for about maybe 2 minutes before all of a sudden she looked and I see this little spike come barreling down at her, and I got him chasing her twice on the camera. He chased her into the woods and then she pops out a little bit later and then boom, here he is again after her. And then later on that evening, I did have it was a big three. I mean, it was pretty tall and wide for a three, and it was probably as tall and wide as my six actually. But he come busting out of the brush and grunted at grunted at a doe, and I grunted back, and man, he was so mad, and he come running right at the blind. So that's gonna be a cool video for sure. I did, sis. Actually, it was already sighted in. I didn't have to. Yep. Surprisingly, it didn't get bounced around in the mail or nothing. It was still good to go. Yeah, there you go, Max. Yep. Yeah, I'm hoping that too would be nice. Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Yep. I did. Yeah, I seen your deer. Yep. Yeah, I'm happy, sis. That thing shoots so much better than mine, and it's dead on. I went out and tested it out with several arrows, and it's really good. So I couldn't, because I've never owned one with a scope, and Robin sent me her crossbow recently because there's issues with my other one, but I've never had one with a scope, so I had to figure out like where you had the lines lined up, and I realized the top center pin there is basically good right up until about 20 yards, and then after that the second pin seems to be best. But yeah, I got it figured out. It's I'm pretty pumped. I hopefully be shooting a deer with it. I'll definitely hunt a couple more times this week before the rifle opener. I'm hoping I can get that big one before the rifle, but crossbows are nice, that's for sure. I have a compound too, and honestly, I like shooting my compound more than I do the crossbows, and I actually feel better shooting them. But problem is, I've been hunting in those pop-ups, and I enjoy it because then I can read. I've been reading books while I'm out there, which is really nice to pass time. And yeah, I can't do that in a tree stand. But problem is, in those pop-ups, there's not enough room to shoot the compound out of the window. So, and as you've seen, it's not easy either with a crossbow. In fact, if in that video recently when I shot the buck, you can see I clipped the window when I shot, so I actually cut a little strip out of the window. Compounds are fun, man. They really are. I used to just, I had a target set up at about 40 yards when I was a kid, and I'd go out every day shooting that thing. I shot so many arrows into it. But yeah, I absolutely love shooting the compound. I mean, I'm hoping to have a few blinds set up next year that'll be right for the compound, because obviously when you set up a blind for those, you got to make sure you've got drawback room, so you're not whacking limbs or even the back of the tree. And again, in the pop-up blind, even when I did get drawn back and I'm trying to look down, I would literally have to set up like halfway, which is really hard to do while you're in full draw. But I'd have to like set halfway up standing to look through that window, and it's not easy. So, yeah, I had some idiot on here the other day comment on the video saying you're not bow hunting, you're using a bow gun or something like that. But obviously, if you want to think that way, I mean, it's got the name bow in it, right? Crossbow, compound bow. The guy probably shoots a compound bow, and if he wants to start at me like that, I'll just say, hey, why aren't you using a recurve if you're so dead nuts about using a bow? But yeah, I got nothing against compounds or crossbows. Yeah, climbers are nice. The only thing though, man, is I got really bad circulation, so I don't know, this time of year when I'm up in the tree, man, I can't. I usually sit like in the pop-up blind. I'm out there for about 4 hours, usually 4 or 5, and it's really hard for me to do that in a tree stand anymore. Yeah, climbers are nice. They really are. They're comfortable too for the most part, but yeah, I would want one of these days. I'd like to have a true box blind built up so I can stay in there and get warm and have a heater running and all that stuff, man. I'm so jealous of all you guys out there with those blinds. It's definitely great. And for those that didn't know, I'm sure all of you do because you're all outdoorsmen and women. But rifle season opens this coming week, guys. So November 15th every year. It was funny because I got invited to a bonfire on the 15th, and right away I was like, "Are you serious?" I said, "That's a holiday." She's like, "What? No, it's not." I said, "Yeah, it is." It's one of the biggest holidays in the state of Michigan, if you ask me. So yeah, but we got that coming up. So like I said, I'm hoping I can shoot my deer before rifle, because every year I get more and more idiots that show up around here, and I really don't want to deal with people. It's part of why I like bow hunting, is because it's usually just me and it's quiet. You get rifle opens, all these other guys come up here to all their cabins, and it's total chaos. I mean, when I say that I'll hear 100 shots in the first hour, that's not that's not a short thing at all. I mean, that is like legitly what I hear, and it's ridiculous. But oh yeah, the I see. For a minute, I was like, "What do you mean?" But yeah, the pumpkins on public. Yeah, it's gonna get ridiculous. That's for sure. But and even on, I hunt private, but even on private, every year somebody else gets permissions around here, and you just end up with a whole bunch of different people. And most of these guys, they tend to wander out at like prime time, and it's really frustrating. Yeah, that's true, John. That is very true. How's it going, G? Yeah, the sunrise that time of year is sad. I mean, duck season, duck and goose, I usually hear some around here, but God, you can't. It is nonstop, and it frustrates me, man. It does. I like my quietness. I like my, you know, I don't. Every single time I hear a shot, all I can think of is there goes another deer. Right, one of the bucks around here is gone. So I do. I hunt on the back end of my property, Max, and then I also got permission to cross the road, and that's where I hunt for deer most of the time. But like goose hunting and that, I like to hunt on the back side of my property. So yeah, I have a problem. Gotcha, G. I have a hard time getting up myself, and it makes it tough. Like, I used to be a morning person, but I'm really not anymore. And the only thing that I can think of though that makes it all right is the fact that where I do bow hunt, if I try to walk out there in the mornings, all I'm doing is spooking the deer because they're already out there. Just like in the afternoons, if I don't get out there early enough, I'm going to be spooking the deer. And every time you spook the deer, they're not only getting used to where you're coming in at, and they will figure you out, but you also got a chance of that one big buck being there, and he will learn right away. If he sees you, he's staying away. That's how they get that big. They're not dumb, that's for sure. So yeah, I try to be careful. Personally, I try to get out, like I said, 4 hours or so before the end of daylight is when I try to get out there, or even five. And I've been bringing a book. I sit there. I love Stephen King, so I read a lot of his stuff. And yeah, that's what I've been doing lately, sitting there and reading and waiting. But nice thing is they've been real noisy lately. The bucks are grunting a lot, so you get to hear that kind of stuff, and they kind of let you know they're coming. But yeah, I hear you, John. Actually, that was why I quit hunting state land, is because it got scary. Not just that, but they opened it up where kids were able to get out. How'd you know that, Leroy? did you see? Did you see? Could you see the front of the book or something? That's funny, man. I didn't know anybody'd realize what I was reading. But yeah, it got real scary when the kids were able to start getting out there. I think it's like age 10 could go out and shoot, and it's like, I don't know, man. A lot of them kids aren't quite there yet. So, but yeah, it got rough on public land, that's for sure. It gets scary, especially rifle opener. Bunch of, yeah, the squirrel hunters would be out, bird hunters, stuff like that. But I mean, the plus side anymore, though, is it seems like there's not half the guys that used to come up here. And with you bow hunting right now, Dre, you're definitely good to go because it seems like there ain't very many people at all that bow hunt state land. Like most of the places that I mushroom pick and stuff is state land, and I never see anybody out there. And I see a lot of deer trails. I'm always like, man, I mean, I should set up a spot on one of these public places, but yeah, you're right, Leroy. I don't know how many of you have read The Gunslinger, but it's a great novel series. I'm on the third book right now. Don't watch the movie though; it'll wreck it for you. The movie sucked. Yes, that is true, Max. Well, it kind of depends. I don't know the exact rule with rifles. I think it's five. I think you're like they don't want you carrying like a huge mag or anything. I think it's five. I could be wrong though, but yes, they have. There's not a limit though on the bow because, I mean, honestly, if you need more than one shot, I mean, you got to bring more than one, but if you miss one, it's not like you can sit there and launch a bunch more at the same deer. So yeah, I kind of figured that, John. I mean, growing up in Oscoda, I lived there back in the '90s, and it was bad enough then. So, and they opened, since you did it back 45 years ago. Now they got kids out there shooting. It used to at least be a certain age. I think it was 15 or something. But when they dropped that down, I almost got shot squirrel hunting the one day, and it was these kids literally running around in the woods just blasting at every bird and everything they'd see while their grandpa, who was supposed to be with them, was just sitting on the tailgate. There was lead flying all over. I was so scared, and yeah, it's ridiculous. Oh, there you go. There you go. Yeah, it's nice. And a lot of the places that I trap and wander on, for mushrooms, most of those don't have. I mean, I'll find a stand here and there, but there sure ain't very many of them. Oh yeah, that does suck. I know how that goes though, John. I've got some friends myself that yeah, once they get a girl and you're still the single one, it's everything changes. Hey, Michigan Driven. It's crazy though, man, because the bucks that I have brought to me, man, it blows my mind on how big these freaking things are coming off of state land. It really does. So I know what you're talking about, and I should get my butt out there and find a spot in the middle of nowhere. This guy here, I don't know how many of you seen the picture and stuff on Facebook, but I found this on state land, and just so you, it's a monster. Like this, I was out metal detecting, and I found this literally just sticking in a pine tree, and I thought it was an elk. I really did. I was like, oh my god. But yeah, this bad boy was in Iosco County on state land, so I really do think I mean rifle season might get a little hairy on state land, but as far as bow seasons go, I really should just start setting up some stands out there myself because I see some incredible, not just the size of the deer, but the genetics. Like most of these state land deer that I have brought to me, they're just so knobby around the bottom. I mean, like mine are generally just this normal, nothing too special about them kind of buck. But yeah, there's something about those state land bucks, especially the ones that come out of the swamps. They're pretty ridiculous. Yeah, that's all I did growing up, Dre. 16. Yeah, I think it was 15 when I was a kid, but yeah, the city guys though, that was the thing. Yeah, opening weekend, and it's still kind of that way. I mean, we still get a lot of guys up here from downstate, but yeah, that thing was a monster. Yeah, I don't know if anybody ever did get this buck, but I mean, for all I know, he probably died of old age because this was in Oscoda, and I never did see a picture of a buck anywhere this big coming from there. So unless somebody really hit it, but I doubt it. That was a beauty. Yep, I think so too, Dre. Yeah, well, especially being out there because you figure the main problem with private properties is you've still got a whole bunch of neighbors around you, and 90% of the time the neighbors don't care what they shoot. They're going to shoot everything. If it's brown, it's down. Well, then that gets to be a problem because you're not managing anything. They're just all getting shot. But out on state land, because it's not hunted like it used to be, there are probably a ton of big bucks out there that are just never seen. People don't even know they're out there, and it's that kind of imagery that really draws me to it. So I think next year I might set up a stand. I don't think he would be Drake because I found this. It was before mom died, so I think it was like 8 years ago. And at this size, I'm sure he would be like a 6 year old. So yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to say he probably died of old age by now. If he is still alive, he's probably got little dinky horns and his teeth are all gone. And there's definitely some swamps, yeah. And that's what I grew up hunting the swamps. I really like doing that. Hey there, Slip. How you doing tonight? If you guys, I see there's 44 of you watching, only 32 thumbs up, so please hit that thumbs up. I will mention this again just because there's a bunch of you on here now. I opened an Etsy store recently. I had a nice lady named Dee donate a whole bunch. Her mom had passed away and she didn't know what to do with all the jewelry that her mom had. So she said she wanted to give it to me. She knew I liked vintage stuff. She said I could list it, do whatever I want. So I've been literally listing all this stuff every day the past week. And I've got 150 something listings on there now. But the store is called the LT Outdoors Store. It is on Etsy. There's a lot of stuff on there that you could get your wife or loved one for Christmas or anniversaries or anything like that. Maybe. I don't know, Dre. I mean, I do know a lot of guys that hunt hard on the state lands, and I I mean, if you go to the buck polls, you'll see. I mean, we do have some nice ones, but I really think management needs to be better done. So, that's just my guess, but yeah, that's true, John. Yep. That did do a lot between that and even I mean, this is long since you've been gone, but the PFAS thing, like especially in Oscoda, they say not to hunt, the area around Oscoda because of the PFAS that are in the deer possibly, but and that, it's good for me. It pushes more people out, but hey Ballard Homestead, how you doing? Are you saying 5 years old on that buck? It's one in a swamp near you. Oh, you think I got well? I don't know. There might be. I have the one I missed is a 10 point, and he's really big. So, hey there, Bill. How you doing? Thank you for mentioning that, Bill. They are doing something nowadays, guys. It's called Hype. It's another button you can click on there, and it does help the channel out. So please, if you can, start hyping the videos. I really appreciate that. Well, thanks, Ballard. I kind of figured, yeah, I figured around 5, 6. I mean, that's a big deer. I mean, if I seen that thing coming, oh my God, I would probably pass out, to be honest. And it looks like he might have been working on a kicker right there. But yeah, the buck that I shot, you guys, if you watch the video, he's nothing enormous. But, it's funny with him only being a 6, he's as big as my 8. He might be a little bigger than my 8 from last year. So, hey, Jimbo, how you doing, buddy? Oh, yeah, you missed that. This is it's an antler that I found. I was actually out metal detecting, and I found this a few years back. Actually, it'd be more like this. But yeah, I found this thing just hanging in a tree, and yeah, it's a monster. So this was in Iosco County, though, state land. Yeah, that's what we're talking about here right now is the fact that there are some really great bucks out on state land. Thank you very much, Jack. I appreciate you, buddy. Thank you for that. I mean, there's definitely some good spots, still out there hidden. That's for sure. I think you just got to get out and find them, and I definitely wanna get out next year and find my own little piece of pie. One of your neighbors missed a 160. I mean, honestly, if I could, I wish I could show you guys the picture of the 10. I've got one on the trail cam now, so I'll be able to show you guys legitly what that deer was. But he was pretty huge. I mean, there's definitely some big guys around. Yeah, that's true. Absolutely true, Homestead. Yeah, there are some very good genetics out there on state land. It's amazing. Yeah, I knew it was the other side. I could tell looking in the camera. I'm like, maybe it's backward because it's giving me the mirror thing, but no, I was just upside down on that. Nice, very nice, Jimbo. I know, I mean, most of the biggest bucks that I see are taken downstate. I mean, we have some good ones up here, but like the most well-known area is Washtenaw County, Jackson County down there. They have some giants. I know, I hear you, Benny. I mean, I find, I mean, I've got a bunch just laying around up there, but like, yeah, usually my sheds aren't even nowhere near that. I don't yet, Jack, but it's funny you mention that because I was asked the other day if I would volunteer for 4-H. So I might because, I obviously it's just a volunteer thing helping the kids out and stuff, but I know I'd be good at it as far as I could teach the kids so much stuff. So I probably will be doing they asked if I'd be the 4-H one of the 4-H leaders and I might do that. So I like helping out. Oh God, if he did hit him, I hope he didn't. I really hope it's still all right. That's the worst thing in the world. Hey, there you go. Nice job, Driven. That's awesome, man. See, I the last time I put trail cams out on the property or out on the state land, they got stolen. So yeah, that's true, Jimbo. Yeah, I did see. God, I don't remember who it was. Oh, it's the guy I'm beaver trapping for. He showed me a picture from, I think it was Macomb County the other day. That was just insane. I mean, it looked like something from Texas. They found blood, but not a lot. Yeah, it might have been all right then. We'll know when we see it. If you see pictures of it, for sure. Oh, I believe it. Yeah, it is. It's way deader now than it was even in the '90s. I mean, which is good in my opinion. It's making things a little better up here. Same with the fishing. That's why the fishing's better on Venetin. PFAS helped with that, but yeah, it's giving more chances for things to get done. So hey, that's cool, Bill. It's something I never even thought about doing, but I mean, they called me the other day, said I was brought up in a meeting, and I was like, I guess I can pick and choose when I could do it once a month or even every other month, so it's not anything that'll hurt me too bad. I'm actually picking up really fast, Brian. Right now, I am at 36 euros is what I got right now. I'm almost out of. I've got two freezers running, and I'm almost out of room. So yeah, I don't know, Jimbo. I'll have to have him send me the picture, but I know it was Macomb, and the freaking deer were massive, man. The guy, he's already tagged out. He showed me two pictures of the bucks that the guy got, and they were state land somewhere down there, but they are huge. Oh, you're okay, Jack. So you're part of the 4-H council up here. Yeah, so you knew about it then. Renee came to me the other day, and yeah, she called me up and was like, "Hey, we mentioned you the other day." So yeah, I am thinking about signing up. I mean, I'm a very very busy person, so it's tough for me because I'm especially trying to keep up with the content. It's rough. It's been really hard lately for me to try and get everything done. But yeah, if I can get to where I can have a little bit of time here and there, I'd be up for helping out for sure. Thanks, Brian. Yeah, it's exciting. Last year, this time, I don't think I had half the deer that I do now. Like this is my log book already for 2025, and even though I had 78 last year, I don't think half of them started in. No, in fact, this is funny right here. Okay, so opening day of rifle last year, I only had 9 bucks by now. 9 bucks is all I had by now, and I am at 36 or 38. Yeah, 38 right now. So wow, that's insane. I was hoping to hit 100 this year, and I really see that being a huge possibility. The tough part is going to be obviously figuring out where I can keep the heads because I did buy some new bugs. For any of you that have brought me heads to do, I did buy new bugs. I'm starting a whole new freezer full, and I'm hoping to run 6 skulls every week now instead of 3. So, Algonac State Park. Yeah, that's crazy. I'm glad I looked at that because I didn't know. I thought I had about half by now, but nope. Nope, by now I only had 9. My 10th one was brought to me on opening day last year, so that's pretty ridiculous. Thanks, Bill. I know that's how much a lot of these people up here, charge around 100 and that. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I like being that undercut guy. $60. I might raise it to 70 or something next year, only because one thing I never seem to figure in is obviously freezers. I have to plug in extra freezers, so that's running up my electric pretty heavy, especially with the old freezers. But also, I have to buy a lot of peroxide because I dip in peroxide buckets, and I can dip about probably 8 or 9 deer in a bucket before that peroxide gets stale or just not working very good anymore. And then I have to dump it out, buy a whole new bunch to fill the bucket. And yeah, it works though. I've been definitely getting some good. I mean, they're turning out really nice. So kings and walleye right now. I know the salmon fishing's still really good all around here too. But hey, Cody, I know, but man, to me, I look at it just an extra fun little gig. Like it's that extra cushion for me each year. So I mean, I love it. Like I'm able to pay up my taxes now with that. I'm able to get a whole pallet of wood pellets for the wood or the pellet stove here. So it is nice just to have that as a backup. But I do like I hate to say it, but I like undercutting all the other guys. I really do. I feel like there's just too much um, overcharging in this world with everything. So I get it. Everything's gone up, but like I can't really say that because even though everything's gone up, the price of peroxide hasn't gone up any. The electric, I don't think really has risen since last year. I mean, I'm still paying the same each month. So I don't know. I can't use that excuse. I try to keep things as cheap as I can for as long as I can. So yeah, that's how they get big, man. That's cool though. I can only imagine. I know downstate they get a lot of nice bucks. So I know, Cody, and I am good at it, dude. I really am. I get these things. It blows my mind how fast I can skin them out. And when I skin the heads, I take the brains, the eyes, the cheeks, the tongue. I cut as much stuff off as I can so that when I throw them in with my bugs, they're really fast. So, yeah, I see myself. I mean, eventually, maybe this will just be my gig. So, wow, that's crazy, Jimbo. I knew the price was insane for a shoulder mount, but. Thank you, James. Thank you. Running in Nebraska. Yeah, we're running pretty hard right here now. So I know for a fact they're gonna start piling in next week. I gotta figure a whole nother way to keep them. I mean, we're gonna be starting to get cold, so I'm thinking I might be able to get away pulling the super frozen ones out of my freezer, maybe putting them outside. I've got an old fridge actually sitting outside that I use to kind of slap them in for a bit, but yeah, I mean it's really there's not much, and even like as far as my lures go that I sell, I make them as cheap as possible. And I mean, somebody asked me the other day, they're like, "Well, how much do you spend on them?" I'm like, "I don't know, like 40 cents." So make a $2 lure. That's pretty good, even though it takes time. I mean, the pellet stove. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I think it's costing more than the gas because I was going through almost 2 bags a day last year, and that's expensive. Hey, Cody. This time of year, piers, man, just go off any of the piers, the break walls, Tawas State Dock. Yeah, any of those. If you're on the west side, I guarantee you, nobody really does it, but I guarantee you go on the west side off of them piers, you'll slay them, guaranteed. So, hey, brand new. Yeah, that's the thing too, Jimbo. I've got two butchers that are sending me skulls too, so it's like that's why. In fact, the one butcher right now, he already told me he's got six waiting for me. I'm working on his last two right now. When those are done, he'll come pay me for that four, and then he'll drop off another six. So I don't know. I think this week before the opener, I'll probably be over 50 skulls. I got a good feeling. You're welcome, Cody. Well, I am going to hop off of here, guys. I am going to get back to work I've been doing this every day, nonstop. If you missed out earlier, I am running an Etsy shop right now. If you're looking for any kind of gift for your wife or girlfriend, significant other, I have a ton of vintage jewelry. So check out the LT Outdoors store on Etsy.com. And pretty soon I'll have all my fishing stuff on there as well. I'm going to be swapping the website. I'm going to get rid of it and just use that. So thank you guys. Thank you, Bill. And I'll say that right now because season's going to be before my next live. Good luck, guys. Be very careful this coming weekend, but good luck on the opener. I hope you guys all have a very successful opener. Get yourself a buck. And yeah, I look forward to chatting with you guys next week and hearing about what you get. Have a good night.